Hey y'all, and welcome to Hair Divinity. My name is Josie and I am a trichologist, aka hair and scalp specialist, and I am here to provide you all things with the knowledge of your hair and scalp. Here on this channel, I am here to create awareness and bring you the correct and factual information about what's going on with your hair and scalp. So if you are finally ready to grow the hair of your dreams or get rid of that pesky old seborrheic dermatitis and flaky scalp, then this is the place to be. My goal here on this channel is to make sure that you know that you have the power to heal, and I am here to help you do that. So make sure you like, share, and subscribe so that you don't miss anything here at Hair Divinity. So today's topic is that of an itchy scalp. We all been there, done that. We've had the itchiness at some point or another. So today I'm going to talk about the top 3 reasons why your scalp may be itching. Number 1 is yeast or a fungus. Now here's the question I ask, and people always look at me crazy when I do, but does your scalp have a yeast infection? Let's think about it. So if we are all ladies here, I don't know, but I've had a vaginal yeast infection before, and if you have, you know that it's what? Itchy. So here's the thing. Your body has different mechanisms of ways to get rid of things, and that does not exclude your scalp. This happens when there is an overgrowth of fungus or bacteria on the scalp. Now the symptoms you're going to see probably like flaky, white scales, even yellow. You'll also may have like a moist content to your scalp, and that's when there is too much moisture and bacteria that is breeding on your scalp. A lot of people leave their hair wet, especially like if they're natural, they'll leave their hair wet to air dry, but that's not a good idea, especially if you have things going on with your scalp, because that's how the bacteria and the fungus multiplies. So your scalp is going to continue to be itchy. So this condition can be fueled by your diet, eating, excess sugar, starchy foods, or anything that's going to feed yeast or fungus. Also, medical conditions that compromise the immune system. So when your immune system is compromised and trying to fight things off, this makes it easier for that bacteria. And hair products can also contribute to this, okay? So if you're natural or not, no matter what, we're using some type of products on our hair. Generally, if we are curly girls like me, it includes like a lot of gels and creams and oils and stuff like that. What happens is when you already have this stuff on your scalp, it's already sensitive. So a lot of things can irritate it. So anything, especially with alcohol, that get into contact with your scalp, or if you are oiling or putting grease on your scalp, I have a whole video that's going to talk about why that's a no-no. So let's pause on that. But also, if you wear braids or anything and you're allowing them to put that pomade, those waxes and stuff directly on your scalp, that can also irritate it. If you fall into these categories, I know you had some braids once or twice, or all the time you get braids, you're always itching, your head is on fire. That's not a good sign. It's not supposed to do that, and those products are not supposed to be applied to your scalp. But these are the type of things that makes these conditions worse and makes your scalp continue to itch. So once you start to remove the triggers, then you start to release the response. So of course we want to work on your scalp externally by making sure that we can remove the buildup as well as reduce the inflammation on the scalp and create a healthy scalp environment. But we also know that this stuff stems still from the inside. So it's just a manifestation of what's going on the inside that happens on the outside. So we will talk a little bit more too about how you can shift and change what's going on in your body to shift and change what happens on your scalp. The number 2 reason, and kind of like the most common sense reason why your scalp is itchy, is because it's dirty. I don't know where the trend came from, you know what? I do know where it came from. I'm pretty sure you heard your auntie, your grandma, or somebody say that dirty hair grows faster. I don't know where they came up with that logic. I need to see some evidence. I ain't seen none since. But that a dirty scalp, grows hair or whatever like that. Not true. I've seen and heard a lot of people not washing their hair regularly. So duh, if your scalp is dirty, it's gonna be itching. So think about, like we talked about previously, all the hair products and everything that are sitting on your scalp, plus the dead skin and the sebum that your scalp naturally produces. That's a lot of accumulation on the scalp. So yeah, it's going to be an itch situation. I mean, come on, if you're only like washing your hair like once every 1 to 2 months, then your scalp is going to be dirty. So I always recommend at least every week, and I know that's not feasible for a lot of us, but every 2 weeks at least be putting some water or something on your scalp. And also neglecting your scalp for that long, I'm pretty sure your scalp becomes dehydrated. Dehydrated means lack of moisture. Moisture is water. So no, I'm not talking about, oh, I oil my scalp, I grease my scalp. That's not moisturizing it. So when it's dry, it's going to itch. And I do get the question a lot, then what do I use instead? What do I use to moisturize my scalp? Well, that's a whole nother video because it's a whole nother subject. The third and most underrated reason why your scalp is itching is inflammation. And inflammation, y'all, is a danger zone. So what is inflammation? Inflammation is pretty much your body's defense mechanism. So anytime a threat comes to a system, your body is sending cells to help fight it off. So these are your little warriors, right? So when you have inflammation on your scalp, there is a reason why the inflammation is there. Your body has perceived some type of threat, so it sends those chemicals and those cells there, and it causes the inflammation to help you heal. However, if you are having chronic, which means long-term inflammation, that can cause your scalp to itch. A lot of people don't know, or the unscratchable itch is inflammation. So there's no amount of oil in your scalp, there's no amount of washing your scalp that's going to make it stop, because it is from the inside out. So there are some things that you can use topically to help reduce inflammation, but that starts from the inside out. However, if you are having long-term or chronic inflammation, then that's a problem, because your body is steady signaling to you that something is going wrong and you are still experiencing that inflammation. Inflammation tends to cause the scalp to itch. Inflammation leads to hair loss. So this is what we call burnout phase. So inflammation is very detrimental to your follicles. The longer the inflammation stays, the longer you are in the phase of progressing with hair loss. Long-term inflammation can lead to scarring alopecia, and scarring alopecia is permanent hair loss. So anytime you feel that inflammation or that itch that you just can't seem to reach, you may want to seek help from a trichologist or a dermatologist so you can stop it in its tracks. We also must remember that inflammation starts from the inside out. So yes, there are topical treatments and products and things we can do to help reduce the inflammation topically on your scalp, but at the end of the day, it's an inside out journey. So that work has to be done by you, and that includes reducing the inflammation any way you can, and a lot of that has to do with diet and stress. So like I mentioned, here at Hair Divinity, I see clients with scalp conditions and hair loss, and most of the clients I consult with, they always talk about that itch. It always started with an itch. And like I said, if you feel that itch and you feel like you are losing hair in a particular area of your head, the earlier you get in front of it, the better your chance are of reducing an unwanted response like hair loss. And even conditions like seborrheic dermatitis and psoriasis are also fueled by inflammation. If you think about it, if you have this condition and sometimes you remove the stuff from your scalp is red. Anytime you see redness, that is a sign of inflammation. A lot of people just are not aware of the effects of inflammation. We want to try to stop it in its tracks, because long term it can lead to so many problems, and it's also letting you know that your body is trying to fight something off. So it really goes deeper than your hair and your scalp and prompts you to take a whole body look, right? A holistic look at what you have going on. So in summary, an itchy scalp can mean a lot more than just an itchy scalp. So hopefully some of these reasons shed some light into what you're experiencing. Now, if you are someone who is still in limbo and you still have questions about what you're experiencing on an individual level, I do offer virtual consultations. You can find those by clicking the link below. Also, if you are located in Dallas, Texas, where I am taking new clients. So there's also a link below for you too. I hope all of this helped, and if you have any questions, drop them below. I'll see you on the next video. Bye.